Hey, what's up, everyone? Gallant-Z of Nerdcaliber here, checking out the Boston Festival of Indie Games. Hopefully to check out some of the latest and greatest titles that are coming around. This place is full of gamers, developers, musicians, and all that, so we should be a great time. Let's see what they got. Okay. It looks like you got an old school 8-bit sound or style going on.
Yeah, I'm using the traditional sort of like over top, action adventure Zelda sort of format as a vehicle for exploring these sort of deeper themes about when things die in games, why do they just disappear and we forget about them?
Okay.
ANAMORPHINE is a first-person surreal exploration game. It's kind of like a cross between Antechamber and Gone Home. Exploring that and what do you do when someone you love is going through a really difficult time? And do you try to support them? Do you, find those really important good and bad memories in each scene? Or do you kind of escape through substance abuse? So it's a heavy material, but we think it's really important to talk about slightly more like emotional issues in games. Full-time, a couple months, but it's been in development for a few years in concept. So it's going to be out next year on Steam and VR in August 2016, summer 2016, and then probably port to PlayStation and Xbox.
Of a shoot 'em up and a tower defense. Ooh. So you have like a base in the middle and it's a radial field. Enemies come in from all sides and you want to build towers to protect the base and shoot off the enemies and everything.
Like my two favorite styles put together.
Basically our major problem was we have like a big group of friends that we play online with, and we can never, there's games that have like 5-person and then it's usually 4-person. So we wanted to make something where we could play with all of our friends. So we've got 8-player co-op. We're all greenlit on Steam, so right now we're using Steam's networking and everything to get multiplayer working. So right now it works with 8 players. We can't show it today because we're only on Wi-Fi, but it is working, and
I'm sure the school wouldn't like that too much. We started soaking it all up.
Today we're presenting Zero. It's a 3D action puzzle platformer. You play as the antivirus program Zero, who runs around a computer system trying to stomp out malware and bugs. It has a mix of both platforming and some combat and also some puzzle solving, and it kind of just brings that all together into one kind of cohesive whole.
So Robo Puzzle Smash is a competitive fighting puzzle game. The big twist actually being that you actually rotate the play field in order to create combos. So you'll see what I mean. You kind of sound like, oh, but actually when you watch people play, they don't necessarily get it right away, and then it's awesome to see people sort of have that light bulb moment.
So I'm showing off the Electric Shocktopus, a game I've been working on that is a platformer that uses electric and magnetic fields. So it's kind of like Super Meat Boy. So it's made to be difficult, and lots of spikes and guns and things like that. Yeah. But it's got that twist of using fields and forces to help you kind of fly and float and twist and spin in different ways.
So you got this cool little game here called Inversus. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so basically it's a 1v1 competitive game where each player is only on one color or the other color. A lot of people like to say it's like Go, but with guns. Yeah, so it's a one-man team. Everything's written from scratch, custom engine, so it's very...
Oh, it looks real smooth for a one-man job. It's a great job.
Thank you.
How long were you working on it, and when can we see it out?
So it's been like a side project of mine for about 1.5 years now, and I'm hoping to get it out this spring for PC and consoles.
You got a game called Liege going on here. Tell me a little bit about it.
Sure. It's a story-driven tactical RPG. With a lot of strong kind of old school JRPG influences, games like Chrono Trigger, old Final Fantasies. Everything kind of happens in the same game world, so you kind of go seamlessly back and forth between, old school, just exploring the world, walking through the towns, and then just go straight into combat. So there's no separation between, some...
Forget the world map and all that
exactly.
stuff. Looks like Human Cannonball is your thing of the day. Tell us a little bit about it.
So Human Cannonball is a mobile game for Android right now. We're planning to port to Apple devices soon. It's an endless runner. You launch out of a cannon and you try to fly around the world as long as you can. Avoid walls, collect coins, beat the high score. We've got leaderboards, achievements. It's actually a really great game. I think it's fun. So the difference is that it's a round world, then you're flying around it rather than running on a flat plane. Okay. So it makes it a little bit more difficult to see the objects coming at you, so it's kind of more skill-based. It's much faster reflexes.
How you doing? My name's Frank. I'm the founder of Suppressive Fire, little team of guys working across the world in the United States to make blood alloy here.
Blood alloy. So this caught my eye right away with the pixel art style you had with her and all.
Dynamically traverse on floors, walls, and ceilings. And so now it's a combat-based shooter.
Okay.
And what we're planning next is we want giant bosses. Where you use this, what she's doing, she's plunging her sword into like the wall and the ceiling to adhere to it.
Yep.
I want you to plunge your sword into the boss's armor, tear it off to reveal weak points.
Okay.
And that's where we're going.
Just high octane action all the way
Absolutely.
through. All right. Well, you got this cool little thing called a Tofu Tail. Tell us a little bit about that.
So a Tofu Tail is a story of a man turned to a cube of tofu by a deceptive fox. So it's a puzzle game, kind of like a color-based maze type puzzle game. So the main goal in each stage is to get to the banner, and your movement's restricted by the color of the tofu cube. So you can only move onto tiles that are the same color as your tofu cube. And like tofu, you can absorb the properties of things around you. So there are these orbs floating around, and you absorb the properties of those orbs.
Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. You can check us out at nerdcaliber.com. Please subscribe to this channel and keep in touch with us for more articles and reviews. Thanks.